So Framer launched a 3.0 update about 2 months ago, and it changed the whole landscape. The three major changes were getting rid of the review system for Framer assets to be on the Framer marketplace, the new community, and all new AI capabilities. We are seeing the fallout 2 months later, with many creators, including the established ones, reporting a drop in template sales and their businesses being disrupted overall with the new AI agent features. Now, if you are a new Framer creator and have been planning to get into Framer Assets business, you might be worried seeing all these even established creators complaining like this. You might be asking yourself, is it even worth it? You might be asking yourself, did Framer 3.0 kill the template business? And if anyone can publish a Framer template now, how can a new creator stand out? Is it still worth it to begin a Framer asset business in the age of AI when anyone can build and the marketplace has become so crowded? Well, in this video, we are going to get answers to all of these questions. We are going to get all these answers by discussing 3 major strategies that you can adopt and start implementing today to grow your Framer business. Make sure you stay till the end of this video, where I will tell you how you can literally combine all these 3 strategies and make the ultimate framework for success in the new Framer marketplace and landscape. I am Umar, this is Umar on Framer, and let's get right into it. Now, Framer knows creators are concerned. The team says it is still improving discovery and ranking, and it wants the feedback. But if you are a new creator, then waiting for the algorithm or the interface to change is not the correct strategy. What you need to do is adopt proven strategies in the digital product landscape. So the very first one is to build a high volume of useful assets. When I say volume, I do not mean flooding the marketplace with rushed or duplicated work. I mean building a growing library of useful Framer assets, which includes templates, components, tutorials, plugins, and even services. Now, I discovered Framer just last year, and I spent most of the time basically learning the tool, experimenting and doing small client projects here and there. I even tried and failed to get a template on the marketplace. It was only this year that I started this YouTube channel and X account and started just churning out tutorials and components by putting my design skills into practice. And I did see signal in the form of revenue. I even started teaching Framer in one-on-one tutoring sessions after one of you viewers reached out for more hands-on help. Speaking of which, if you are learning Framer or you are stuck on some real project, and if you want more hands-on help, the link for that service will be in the description down below. So the point of the matter is, when you build a high volume of assets, then every useful asset adds another discovery surface. Each format kind of supports the others. A tutorial demonstrates the component. The component proves technical ability, a template packages the taste and system, plugin solves a repeatable workflow problem, and your service helps the person with direct support. Also, more output creates more feedback, which improves later products. One thing you absolutely have to care about is that volume without usefulness creates the same noise that people are already complaining about. Now, volume gives people more chances to find you, but in a crowded market, the second pillar is what gets people to choose you, which is to build agency, authority, and recognizable taste. By agency, I mean the ability to make your own decisions and create your own opportunities instead of letting or waiting for the marketplace to choose you. Authority, on the other hand, is what develops when people see good judgment in those decisions repeatedly. Now, mind you that authority does not come from declaring yourself an expert. It comes from practice, consistent usefulness, visible standard, and enough iteration for a point of view to form. In an open marketplace, buyers use the creator's name, support, quality of work, taste as quality signals. This part is totally human because even though AI can help you produce an asset, it cannot instantly manufacture a trusted body of work. Take Apple as an example. Apple did not build authority by telling people it had good taste. It built a recognizable standard through years of decisions and iterations. A solo Framer creator is obviously not Apple, but the principle does scale down. Repeat a clear standard until people know what kind of work to expect from you. Now, the thing is that quality and authority improve trust and conversion, but they do not automatically create traffic. This is why the third pillar matters most when the marketplace becomes unpredictable, which is to build distribution through better marketing. This is not a just personal piece of advice coming from me. This is a set standard in the digital product space. Framer's own CEO has told the community to improve how products are shown, create learning material around them, and show how customers use them. The post that you see on the screen is basically the holy grail for marketing. Speaking about product marketing, do not just make a product. Demonstrate how the product can be useful, record demos, make tutorials around it so the potential buyer knows the usefulness of your product, be it a template, component, plugin, whatever. If the problem that your product solves is not very clear, then educate your customers about it. So creating tutorials, setup guides, build alongs, documentation helps a lot when you're trying to educate your customer about the product. And you can even let the tutorials generate trust while your product offers a faster implementation. And if product marketing and education marketing are done right, then someone will definitely become your customer. And once you get the customer, you can use their wins, their story to market your product and yourself as well. Through reviews and testimonials, you can showcase what your asset does for customers. And you can even turn useful customer questions into documentation or stuff like FAQs. The thing is, before the 3.0 update, the model was just, build a template or any other asset, make it good, get it approved, and then just rely on the marketplace to keep distributing it. The new model is much more oriented towards how digital product businesses really work around the world. Simply build a creator business in which marketplace and the Framer community is just one channel and not the whole foundation. If you are still worried as a new Framer creator and have doubts, just know that the results after Framer 3.0 are not all bad. As you can see, this creator shared more than $1,000 in first month dub commissions from 2 simple functional hero templates, with almost no distribution of our own. My own components also started gaining meaningful traction after the 3.0 update, as you saw in the beginning of this video. This proves that the demand did not disappear and that useful and functional products can still find its buyers. Now, volume, authority, and distribution are not 3 separate tips. Each one makes the other 2 stronger. Volume creates more products, proof, and learning opportunities. Authority makes people recognize and trust the products. Marketing brings the products to the people who need them. And customer feedback and revenue then improve the next assets. Conversely, weakness in one pillar limits the other. So you have to get the balance right. Please remember this. And if there's anything you would take away from this video, then it should be this. The Framer asset business, templates, components, and all that stuff is still a digital product business. It's just that Framer gives creators unusual and unique advantages: a marketplace in the community, a partner program, experts discovery, and now an AI-powered production environment. But the underlying principles are the same. Build useful products, earn trust, reach customers, support them, and keep improving. Framer is the game and the creators are the players. Board, rules, interface, and the ranking will keep evolving because Framer also has to adapt to the new market and the changing era. A strong player learns the new rules and adapts without building an entire livelihood around one square on the board. You can always give Framer feedback when the discovery feels unfair. The platform and the team is literally responsible for improving the system. While the work continues, focus most of your energy on things that you can compound: your library, your taste, your reputation, your audience, and your relationship with your customers and clients. So, ship more useful assets, build a recognizable standard, and own most of your distribution. I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, kindly like the video and consider subscribing or following me depending on the platform you're watching this video on. If you have any feedback to give, thoughts to share, or questions to ask, the comments are always open for that. Wish you all the best in your endeavors in the Framer business. That's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.